Well, hello again. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back to another edition of Kitchen Table Talk at Lolo. And this is yours truly, Lolo. All week this week, we're talking about can you survive on the income of a rideshare driver? Well, here are some tips for you if you decide to. And let me let you know, after driving for 9.5 years for Uber and Lyft and racking up some 19,000 trips, I got some serious stories to tell you, like I've been telling you all week. And every time I come in front of this camera, I tell you about another day in the hustle life of the gig worker here in America. I'm going to be touching on some stuff. So stick around till the end because I'm going to share one specific story with you guys in this episode that I'm quite sure you would want to hear about. But first, let's talk about some of the issues and things you need to be able to be a successful Uber driver. Okay? Now, number one, using your own car. How profitable, how beneficial is that? Is that the best option for you should you use your own vehicle? Well, here are some of the pros and cons of using your own vehicle. The mileage you're going to put on the vehicle is going to literally allow your or force your vehicle loan into default. Not default, sorry. It's going to belly your loan up. So if you get a car, say, for 7 years, and your payment is 650, 750, even if it's pre-owned car, and you're driving your own vehicle, and you're doing some 200 to 300 miles per day. Now, normally the insurance company would say 12,000 miles a year. So we're looking at right around 1,000 miles per month in regular driving. Some folks who drive within their community and they're doing less than certain miles per year, they can get reduced cost for their licensing, and also they can get like a bonded plate or something of that nature. They don't have to pay, not a bonded, we do bonded in the islands, but here you don't have to go through that emissions things. You're saving $20 a year, and if the engine light is on, it's an older model, you can get away with that. The newer cars, you don't need no emissions, but when you say around from 20, I think it's 2021 and back, you got to go get an emissions. Okay, so you have to pay for that emissions. All right, you got to wear and tear on your tires and all these different expenses. They're coming out of your pocket. But using your own car, you must have at least 100 trips to be able to switch over from your car to go into a rental car. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you believe that a rental car is best to do rideshare? That's kind of a no-brainer. You're not putting no miles in your vehicle. You're not putting no wear and tear in your personal vehicle. When some folks come in from the airport or other places, you don't have to be particular with saying, please don't put your luggage on my car seat, because some people, they don't care. They roll their luggages on the ground, and it picks up all the bacteria, the germs, and the dirt, and they pick it up and want to put it right in your back seat. Well, no. It got to go in the trunk. And if my trunk ain't clear out, then what can't hold in my trunk are going in the car. It can't fit in the car. This is the ride share. You're supposed to be picking up a passenger. You drive, you stop, you verify your passenger, they get in, you take them where they're going to go. But you know what? There are advantages and disadvantages and benefits to using a rental car, because you can allow them to do whatever they want to do to rent a car to a certain degree. To a certain degree. But if you are like me and you have that specific, what's the word I'm looking for? You have that type of mindset. You don't want no luggages in your car seat. You don't want no kids walking and starting up in the seat. Some folks bring the kid, put the kids in the seat. They're not sitting them down. They can stand up in your car. You guys ask them, please don't have your kids standing up in my car because I'm working running passengers all day and I don't have time to stop and clean my car out. The eating in the car, you don't need all that stuff. So you can get some car seat coverings. Don't cost that much, under $100. Inexpensive ones, good ones too. Put them in the car. You don't worry about your personal seat or even your rental seat, car seats getting damaged and dirty in such a way that it annoys you. So that helps to cool things off a bit. Now, that's one of the benefits there are several benefits of renting a car to do rideshare. Again, like I said, you're not putting no miles in your car, the wear and tear. You put so much miles in your car, especially if you rent through the Uber app or through the Lyft app. You can rent from Hertz, you can rent from Avis, and there are several other, like I think three the last time I saw in the app, there are several other rental companies that you can purchase. You can rent a car for an hour, 50, I think it's $20, $30 an hour, or you can rent it for a day, anywhere from $50, $60, $75 a day, or you can rent it for the week. $240, $250, $375, $450, $500 a week, based on the car you want to drive. Compact, full size, mid size, sedan, SUV, Uber Black, $500. You can rent these cars and you can drive it Uber. You can drive it Lyft. Okay? How do you rent a car? You go through the app and you choose whichever company you want to run with. When you get there, you have to show them your app. You have to confirm that, yes, you run with this specific company. Okay? And at that point, you're going to go through the last time I was there, when I read it, the money's on the card, they take the money off, but they put the money right back. But one thing I didn't confirm, and I want to bring this to your attention, when you're renting a car to drive an Uber, and you're renting the car through the Uber app, make sure that they put the program on your car so that you can see the car on the app. They will add that on your account. You have the account account. So when you drive off from there, you're not paying for day 2, 3, 4 days. You don't have to come back and next day calling, going back and forth, holding on because they're busy in the office trying to help somebody else. Meantime, meanwhile you're on the phone, or you got to come in and put a line. So you're paying for a car a day, 2 days, 3 days, and they're not giving you no refund. They just want the money at the end of the week. Doesn't matter. But remember, when you're renting a car for Uber, you got to have at least 100 trips. Got to have at least 100 trips. So you either drive your own car, drive somebody else's car, or something of that nature, put those miles on it for the 100 trips, then switch over and get a rental car. Okay? The advantages of a rental car is saving your personal vehicle. That's the greatest advantage. Now, you may spend a little bit more money because you're paying with let's average $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month. Your car payment's going to be $650, $750, maybe even $800 a month with insurance, full insurance, total full insurance, and all that stuff. So you could be saving anywhere from, say, $300 to $500 a week by using your own car. However, again, like I said, the wear and tear of you not being smart, putting money aside and paying an extra car payment during a year, or putting extra money on the principal every 3 months, something of that nature, you are losing out because you're putting the wear and tear on your car, belly up on your loan, mileage gone. You want to trade that car in 3, 4 years in, you still owe $15,000, $20,000 on the car. The bank's not going to give you another car. They're not going to give you a second payment. Not unless you sell the one that's in good condition. But when you don't rack up 150, 200, 300,000 miles on that car, when you trade that car into the dealers, they're going to resell that car wholesale. So you only going to be getting $1,000, $800, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for a car. That's only 4 or 5 years old. So there are advantages and disadvantages. You have to do due diligence to figure out which one is better for you. Now, is it better to lease a ride? If you lease a car, that's worse because they're only going to give you so much thousands of miles per month. And if you're doing anywhere from 800 to 1,200 miles to 1,000, 100, 200 miles per week, that's about 4,000 miles per month. So you can do it in a rental car, but I don't suggest you do it in a lease vehicle. However, regardless of whatever car you bring, the credentials are right, it's licensed, it's insured, and everything is on the up and up. Uber will let you use that vehicle. They don't care. Lyft will let you use the vehicle. They don't care. But then, if you decide to use 2 apps at a time, you can run car parts, packages for other companies because they pay a whole lot more. You can do less miles and make more money. So that's the key. Regardless of what vehicle you're using, you want to make every effort to do diligence and make sure you have a vehicle that you can use for multiple ride share purposes and have 2 to 3 different sets of income. Making gross or net, should I say not gross, net, because you are an independent operator. You can bring them anywhere from $800 to $2,000 a week, based on what app you're running. Okay, so you want to learn these advantages and these disadvantages, do's and don'ts of leasing a vehicle, full-time lease, renting a vehicle, weekly, of course, every week, every 7 days. They when they put the vehicle on your Uber account and they charge you, they take the money off, but they put the money back, and then at the end of the week they take it off. So you gotta have that money there all the time. Okay, it's a $200 deposit, and anywhere from $240 to $500 per week for your rentals. So if you're going to be a rideshare driver, decide what you're going to do, what type of vehicle you're going to run with. Okay, let's talk about riders and money. Well, let's start with the money. You want to know about the money first. Here's the deal with the money. You ain't never make what they tell you can make. You're not going to make it. If you think you're going to make it, then go try and make it. You may make it for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but then again, you're going to get tired. The vehicle's going to get tired, or they're going to start slowing you down. Or you're going to say, well, I'm going to run 9 to 5, or I'm going to run 5 to 5, whatever. If you run 5 to 5, 7 days a week, you may be able to make some good money. But if you're going to run, say, 7 in the morning till 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon, nah. You need to run when demands are high. You need to run like 3 a.m. to like 10 a.m. in the morning, and then again, 3 p.m. and 3 in the afternoon, stop around, 5, 7, and then let that school traffic go away. The rush hour traffic go away. 7 o'clock, folks going for dinner. You can even drive to a specific location. Drive into the latter area, and then turn on your app. Don't turn your app on if you live in a Griffin, Macon, unless you know you have an assignment going to bring you into Atlanta or uptown, because you're going to be down in the south and the requests are not as frequent in some suburban area. So you're really not going to make the type of money that they say you're going to make. You may sometimes, but not all the times. So don't think that is no big time career. It's a gig job. Okay? Now, let me say this to you. Not all the money the same, because there's several ways that you can make money with Uber. You can deliver food, you ain't gonna make much money. I did it. You can do sign up for Uber X. You can do Uber X, Uber Ride Share, where they're gonna assign you with more than one rider on the same trip. Sometimes 3 different riders on the same trip if you got 4 or 5 seatbelts in your car. And you can also run Uber Black all the way up. There's 3 different you can do. You can do food, Uber X Share, Uber Black, exact. You can run all these different. The more you do, the more money you can make. The longer you work, the more money you can make. But don't let it fool you. The standard Uber X, you could earn anywhere from $15 to $20 an hour. You just need to be courteous. You will make some good tips as well. Now, let's start with the rides. Not all rides are the same. The Uber guideline is the same for drivers and the riders, but they're hardly ever kept, especially by the riders. Those persons who want to do Uber in more or less like a full-time fashion, I can tell you the truth. They're going through hell. Because once you begin, you sign on, and they know you, once that computer algorithm gets used to your driving, they know you out there for 18 hours. They're going to start you off where you are, and then they can shoot you 50, 60 miles in the opposite direction from where you live. Now, if you're not smart enough to log off and drive back, or deny one or two rides and just pick up the rides that bring you closer, they're going to keep taking you north, 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 north. I live south. The guys who live in the north, Alpharetta, they can keep running south, south, south. They'll end up in doggone Macon, Georgia, from Alpharetta. Some 2 hours away from home. 2 hours, 2 hours, 15, 20 minutes. If you allow the app to run you like that. But they're gonna make every effort to keep you out and keep you as long as they can. So they're not gonna drive you, let you ride around home all the time so you can stop, go home, take a break, and stop, go home, use the bathroom, and stop getting some food, and then I feel like I ain't no, I'm staying home. No, they're gonna run you out of your coverage area, out of the area where you live. And then you just got to log off and drive home an hour, 2 hours without a trip. Because when you put on that, when you select the option in the app that says final destination, yeah, you can get a final destination. They say if trips are available. Don't tell me trips are not available. Trips are available. And then when it does work, if you 50 miles north, they can run you 3 miles, 5, 6, 8, 10 miles east, then west, then east, then west, and zigzag like a lightning strike going down, but they're not going to run you straight home. It might happen once a month that they run you straight home. Or in the county, in the area, you got to cross through 3, 4 different areas. You know, you got to run across 3 different counties to get back home. And more times than one, when you just don't feel like talking no more, or you don't feel like driving no more, or you just realize that the money ain't what it's going to be today, and you log off to go home, well, just spend that $20 for the car with gas. Because you can ride home with no trips. You know, and how to handle these riders who have too many things and giving you bad attitudes before getting in your car, you don't have to take them. You're going to go pick up somebody from a laundromat. They got 6 big duffel bags. Stuffing 3 in the trunk, then they want to stuff the rest of the back seat of your car, and they dragging it on the ground. No, you're not putting that in my car. Because you won't drag it on the ground and put it in your car. Come on, riders, y'all know. Come on, man, that's being heartless. You're going to pick up a ride, and even in that scenario, you're going to pick up a rider, and they paid $100 for their ride. Some young kid. Man, you know how much I paid for this ride? Let me use your phone. Oh, man, I'll turn the air conditioning up, or turn the heat up. And they're going to talk to you kind of weird and disrespectful. No, bro, you did not order a limousine service. You do not have a personal chauffeur. So I episode here, they're grateful for the opportunity to make a few dollars, but you need to be grateful that the drivers came out. You just got to be grateful. I had that experience. Lady gave me a nasty attitude, left my car rough. I had to go and clean out the back. I literally almost lost a trip because I had to wait there and sit there and clean my car out before I go pick up the other person. You know, so some of the riders that they're doing for more. It's not good. The goal for them is to stuff your car with whatever they have because it's a ride share. No, it's not a moving company. It's a ride share. Ride share. As I pull up, you get in the car. I verify who you is. You verify I'm your driver. We drive off. I get you where you go to your location safely. Fine. I pick you from the airport. You got luggage. I can put your luggage in the car. You can hold in the back trunk. If you can't hold in the back trunk, I may consider putting someone in the seat, putting in the seat if it's 1 passenger or 2 passengers. Y'all guys don't even tip. They tip better to delivering food. Some of you guys come from the airport. You got such bad attitudes. It's beyond me. And all the driver's doing is trying to be nice. I went to pick up a rider. There were 2 of them. Okay? Listen carefully. They had a television. Listen carefully. They had a 48-inch television. They had a big standing mirror. They had a 3-drawer office cabinet, filing cabinet. They had like 3 or 4 garbage bag with clothes. So they were literally using me as a moving company to move them from one apartment to the next apartment. Because that's what I did. I'm telling you, I was livid. I wasn't excited over that ride. And I'm going to be honest with you right now. The ride did not even pay $10. Then when I reach where I'm going, when we thought we were going, the app said arrive. So I've arrived, right? I'm sitting there. They're taking the stuff for the car. They can send me a message across the app saying, "Are you stopped?" Yes, I'm stopped. Same thing with picking up someone from the grocery store. They got so much bags inside the doggone trunk, they got to put the rest inside the car. Then when I reach, they're taking them 3 to 4 trips to get their stuff out the car, upstairs the apartment, rest by the door, outside or inside, and come back 3, 4 trips. I'm not going to leave my car running. This is a ride share. I'm not a moving company. And then they can be taking all this stuff for the car, and we can get this message: have you stopped? Are you safe? And then when you end the trip, and you check in the car, make sure that nothing's in the car, they send you another trip. Oh, you're at risk of losing your next trip. Hey, I want to, at this point, doesn't matter. You can give it to somebody else. Not all rides are good rides. And getting ready to wrap up here. Remember, you are working for yourself as a contractor, so you are responsible for your own taxes and all business operating expenses. All. We talk a little bit about the tires, about the oil change, about the service. We talk about all these things. They're your expenses. Fuel. Oh, Uber don't pay gas? No, they don't. No, they don't. You're responsible for all that. So I want to encourage you guys. I have to encourage you. Before you go drive for rideshare, think about it twice, times 2 times. Because if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you're gonna go there. You're gonna go there and get yourself in trouble. You're gonna go there and get yourself in issues. Some of the grandparents and some of the young grandparents and some of the parents who are driving, you want to chastise and scold these kids when they come in your car. Some of them who are nice, they'll be respectful, but when they get out of the car, they're gonna give you a 1 star. They're savvy with this electronic stuff. They can go right online and go to the Uber app on their computer or their phone, and they can give you a bad rep, and they're gonna lower your ratings. And when your ratings get too low, you can't even be a diamond driver no more. When you're a diamond driver, that's when you make the top bucks. So guys, again, I'm asking you, can you deal with the drama? Are you ready for this? The gig life is no playing around life. You got to be ready for it. You got to know what you're getting into. I'm telling you, you got to be patient. A people person, and you got to be consistent. Because you are consistent when you're working at somebody else's job. They can tell you off the top, hey, you need to be here a certain time, and if you 15 minutes pass, every minute, every whatever, 5 minutes, every time you come late, they can strike against you. You don't get that with the gig world, in the gig world. You log on when you want to log on this Rideshare, and you log off when you want to log off. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more several. I'm going to talk about or share a few other apps with you. There are places that are using Rideshare to transport packages back and forth, car parts, all type of stuff. Garment, district, clothes, food. Wherever folks need stuff transport, they are going to use Rideshare. Now, that's what's going on. So guys, enough for the night. Enough for this segment. I hope you guys get something from this video. And if you did, please give it a like, share it, and subscribe to my channel. I would definitely appreciate that, so I can continue to bring more to you. I'm looking to move forward in such a way it's going to give you a whole lot more information, not just about Uber and Lyft, but the gig world in specific. And as this new administration gets ready to take new offers, you're going to get a whole lot more information coming from us. We're going to be discussing these things here at the kitchen table. So again, thanks you for tuning in. Give it a like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to you and the next episode. Again, this is Lawrence, aka Lolo. But Kitchen Table Talk and Lolo, drop a comment below. I look forward to spending time with you in the future. It's Lolo.